Here's why Spotify's new royalty model will destroy the trust of all music artists around the world. So, in this video, I'm going to describe the behind the scenes business mindset behind this move. So, firstly, it says confirmed from next year, tracks on Spotify will have to be played 1,000 times before they start earning money. This article is by Music Business Worldwide. I'll leave the link below. So, the reason this is an issue before we even get into the article is that firstly, we used to be able to upload music directly to Spotify. That cut out the middleman called distributors like DistroKid, like TuneCore. Then they took that away, which means now I have to pay money to go through a DistroKid or a TuneCore to even get my music on a Spotify. So we already have a qualification layer right there. Now, once all these artists get on the Spotify, even if we did look at this like a curation move to get all the bad artists off, whatever that means, and to keep the good artists on just because they paid money or earned money doesn't mean the art is good. You know, we have to look at why did they keep raising the threshold to get people onto the platform? And in my opinion, it is to keep people working harder and harder and harder to grow the user base so that they can go to their stockholders and say, hey, we're growing. We have all these people joining Spotify because it's an infinite competition. We keep making the standard higher and higher to make the goal impossible to reach. You know, in comedy, they talk about all of the time. They talk about moving the goalpost. So this is exactly what Spotify is doing, moving the goalpost. They say, hey guys, you know, if you want to get paid, join Spotify, get a free account, even though you have to pay a distributor to be on this platform. And all these middlemen are in your pocket already before you even get to the platform. Now, when you get to Spotify, then we're going to say, okay, in order to get paid, what is it? 0.003 cents. You have to get one stream to get 0.003 cents. So to get $1, I don't even know the math on that. 0.00, I don't even know how to do the math because there's so many decimals. So however many streams that would require, let's say 333, I think off the top of my head, if I'm doing that math right. Somebody correct me in the comments below. 333 streams to get $1, is that right? 333, let's do some math. Pull out the calculator. 0.003 times 333 gives you about $1. So I need 333 streams, which means I'm now here's the whole process and here's the problem. Okay, I have an album and let's start all the way back to the beginning. Okay, I'm at home, I have an idea. I want to make an album. I want the album to make money so we can go on tour and then, do a bunch of stuff that artists do. Great. So now I decide, okay, I want to record the album. That's money at the studio, or it's equipment cost, a microphone. Now it's a learning curve of how to record and how to make the stuff sound good. You need plugins. There's a bunch of stuff you need before you can even get the actual product called a song. So now, however many hundreds of dollars later, if you're really producing an album, you might have to call in talent. So you have to call in musicians and pay recording fees. That could be thousands of dollars. Let's just say it costs you $5,000 if you're making a serious album. Okay, so you make the serious album, let's say it's $5,000. Even for the people who are DIY that kind of do it at home, the plugins that you bought before you could even make that, full album could be $500, $1,000. So regardless, it's in the thousands or high hundreds. So let's say $1,000 it costs you to make your album. You record it by yourself in Logic Pro. It sounds clean, used all the stock plugins. Well, guess what? In order to get Logic Pro, you need a Mac. A Mac is not free, okay? Logic might be $200, but the Mac is not free. So let's say we record in Ableton and use all the Ableton stock stuff. Okay, we have a PC that's $500 plus Ableton that's $700. So either way, getting to that starting point costs high hundreds or at least $1,000. And that's my point. So moving forward, now all this has been spent. Now we go to a TuneCore, DistroKid, all these distributors that claim they're independent and all these things. Great. So now I go to a distributor that I need to go through in order to get to the big dog called Spotify. Why do I need to go through a distributor if I'm independent and it doesn't even make sense. Independence and distribution does not go hand in hand. So firstly, let's disconnect those two. It doesn't make sense. So now I'm going to have to pay $9.99 a year or I have to pay $9.99 a month, whatever their fee is to stay on these platforms, just to have my music up on a Spotify where it can, finally begin to earn money or pennies on the dollar. And now, after all these costs, $1,000 to get started, the 100 of whatever it costs a year, let's say it costs $10, whatever. Now we're on Spotify, but we have to drive traffic to Spotify, meaning that we have to send our people to go check out the song on Spotify. That costs energy, time, promotion of your content, whatever it is to get people there, it costs money. Now it costs even more money. So you're $5,000 to $10,000 already down Now again, I'm going to the extreme with the cost here. So I understand some people do it for free, but it's because you already have everything. Okay, which is still an expense. So going all the way to the end of the tunnel, it says, you know, now that we're on Spotify, I can finally earn 0.003. So this is before they had this policy. Okay, I need 333 streams. I'm going to send all this energy and all these people to Spotify, which is sending all of my actual value, which is people's attention, to this platform that's just going to leverage it to buy ad space or to create ad space and ad inventory, they call it. Okay, or media inventory. So all I'm saying is we keep feeding the beast. We're thousands behind because we invested in the album. We go to put it on the platform, and then we still have to push the stuff on the platform. So the platform's getting free labor from us. Okay, on top of that, we get 0.003, which nobody even knows how they calculated that amount. Okay, so now you need at least 333 to make $1. So now in order to make $100 minimum, you're going to need, what is that? 33,000 streams to make $100 if I'm doing that math right. Let's see, 333 times 0.003. Yeah, so to make $100, you need 33,000 streams. And it's not streams like YouTube streams where you upload to YouTube and the discovery engine works. No, this is Spotify where you have to literally send everybody to your Spotify. Let's be honest. I know these platforms claim they have discovery. In my opinion, I do not believe that a Spotify has true discovery algorithms. I don't believe it. Until somebody shows me, I just don't believe it because all of the traffic is coming from somewhere else and it's going to their platform. YouTube is different. You could upload a YouTube video, it goes viral because of their algorithm. TikTok's different because of that. Instagram is different because of that. Whereas Spotify, it's like a walled castle. You have to send stuff to there. Nothing really goes out of Spotify. Because if it's truly a discovery platform, then why don't people leave Spotify and go elsewhere? You got to use common sense with this platform. These are all trickery levers. Now, going into the 2024 news about the Spotify royalties is that, in my opinion, this is just another way to get you to drive more and more traffic, more and more growth to their platform before they can, have to do anything for you. So again, if they raise that threshold to 1,000 plays, what does that mean? That means even before when you only had to get 333 to get $1, now you have to get 1,000. That's 3 times more. Okay, that's multiplying their business times 3. That's small change. 333 plays to get $1. Now you have to get 1,000. That's times 3, which means now you have to work 3 times as hard to get the same result. And this is just beyond appalling that a platform has the gall, if that's even the word, to do this. Okay, so without even reading the details, that's the common sense. What are they doing? People could argue, hey, they're trying to curate the quality, man. They got to keep people out. If that was the case, then the music that's making money, even though it's making money, does not mean it's good music. So we got to defeat that clause right there. And here's another argument is that, Spotify is doing this because their server space costs money and all this. Then what am I paying DistroKid and TuneCore for? $9.99 a month or whatever the price is a month. What are we paying for if we're not already paying our bill for the song to be hosted? Hosting a song that gets played 10 times does not cost you a lot of money. I've run an Amazon server before. And when you pull on small files, the bill's not big at all. So where are they justifying the fact that they're holding your money? Regardless of if it's pennies or dollars, why are they doing this? It's because they want to multiply the platform times 3, and they want to get artists to work even harder to push traffic for free to their platform. And the fact that people do this to begin with blows my mind, that they're giving the beast the energy every single day. And this is the biggest pimp move I've ever seen from a platform. And it's the most bold pimp move I've ever seen from the people who pour their heart out into this stuff called music to try to uplift the world and make the world happy and joyful. And this is what these platforms do, is they manipulate your passion to create music. If you look at the etymology of passion, it means to suffer. And you don't have to suffer in this music business. It's only because the people want to construct this narrative as if this is the only way to do music. And that's why a lot of people suffer, because you're giving your energy quite literally to these vampires. So let's keep scrolling. And keep in mind, too, who owns Spotify? I want you guys to look up who owns Spotify. Do major labels own Spotify? Do they have an interest in Spotify? Oh, so that means you're giving all of your product to your competition, expecting your competition to help you. and they're not here to help you. And I'm not talking about Spotify specifically. I'm talking about your competition are the top record labels. You think they're trying to help you, and then they destroy you because you're giving your energy to the enemy. Okay, so all I'm saying is I want people to understand who's behind it, why are they doing it. It's common sense. Okay, even without all the details and all the boring like article stuff, I'll leave you guys with the article. This is just crazy to me. It says in 2024, Spotify expects this will move $40 million that would have previously been paid to tracks with fewer than 1,000 streams. But the difference is that's energy that those artists have created, so they deserve that. There's something in marketing called traffic, and traffic is not free. You know, the same way we go to Facebook and we buy traffic and buy clicks, and we go to YouTube and we buy traffic and buy clicks, it's not free. So if YouTube doesn't give that to us for free, Facebook doesn't give it to us for free, TikTok doesn't give it to us for free, then why are we feeding these platforms all the energy that makes them millionaires? And they get to sell all of your your inventory in their ad rolls to different sponsors. And if your song becomes, attractive to the masses, then they really get to up the prices to get your stuff in front of, that audience. So we really need to look at why we keep feeding the beast. And I'll say that over and over and over again, because again, 40 million could have been given to the artists. It doesn't matter if Spotify's making money or not. Their business model is built off of, in my opinion, manipulating artists and extracting their wealth, pennies and pennies at a time. So there's many other solutions out there. I'm not here to offer solutions, more so to point out the problem with this. And I know so many people around the world have an issue with this. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Peace.